The only tool you really need is a Phillips head screwdriver, and that's what I have here. Zoom in a little bit. And then you have, these might be 8s or 9s, I'm not sure, but Phillips head screwdriver works just as well for me. You need something with a really good tip so that you don't strip this thing, but it's not really in there that hard. It's not that tight in there. Okay, so there's one screw. And there it is. So I need to find a way to pull this down, I guess. I suppose a flathead screwdriver might also come in handy. I pull that down and then flip it over. Then just remove the harness in the back. Squeeze this and pull it out. Alright, there you go. Hope you could see that. If not, we're going to do the other one a little further out so you can see it for sure. This one I'm not going to fully remove it. There you go. On this one I'm going to partially leave the screws in there so I can use the screws as a handle. Then likewise pull it out. Squeeze the top and separate it. Okay, great. So the easier part, or at least the first part of the whole process, has been done, which is pretty cool, being able to remove that. Because in those cars, the previous generation, let me get a little closer to it, you couldn't access the license plate lights from the outside. Like this, look. See, it's buried all the way in there. So you had to go inside the trunk, remove the trunk liner, and then you'd be able to gain access to your license plate lights. So I'm glad they went to a better design in this generation over here. And then, that was a 2011, and I wanted to point this out. In the 2012 that I have, the light is black. I don't know if it was intentional or not, but look. The housing is black. Not a big deal, just something I noticed. Okay, so this is the easy part, like I said. The tougher part is accessing the bulbs. So what I'm going to do is this. You don't want to be too aggressive and break these. So you have 4 hasps, or I guess clips, on either side. You could use a flathead screwdriver right here, but I can just pry these open on this side. I'm going to do one side at a time. At least with my hands I can tell when I'm going a little too hard, and I can back off a little bit. There you go. One popped out. Did you hear that? Okay, since that's out, pop the second one. Man, I don't like the way this one sounds. There you go. Then pull it out. And there's your bulb. So it was a mystery that both of them popped at the same time. I'm looking at it, and yeah, sure enough, the filament looks broken. Yeah, so if you look inside, you'll see that the filament is indeed broken. But that's besides what we're trying to focus on today. Today it's just all about replacing it. So what I'm going to do is get a replacement. Oh, right here. This is where it says the bulb spec. So look here. USA 12 volts, W5W, sorry. Japan, 12 volts, 5 watts, which is what I bought. And then it does have a Europe spec as well. It just says W5W. Anyway, got the right bulbs. This is right here, Japan rating, I guess. 12 volts, 5 watts. Pop those over, and I'm gonna post a picture to show that when I was at AutoZone, they actually had 2 options, but since I'd already removed one of them, I knew exactly what I needed to get. At this point, some people usually use some sort of a paste. This paste over here, bulb grease. I just don't use them. It's just not my preference to use them. So sorry, I guess I was opening that. So some people usually use some kind of a bulb grease, but my preference is to just put them in dry as they are. Put it back into the hole it came from, the other one came from, and insert it. And then before committing to the whole project, what I'm going to do is install this as is. So just install one of them, test it out, turn on it has to click, right? Remember, I've been preaching about plugs clicking. So I'm going to turn on the light, and then we'll just see that it does indeed turn on. And yeah, everything will be good. Okay, so let me go turn on the tail lights, or the parking lights. Oh great, the bulb comes on. So at least I know that bulb is fine. It's not check the fuses were fine. But if this thing were a fuse issue, other systems would have gone bad as well. Okay, so let's turn this off and finish off the job. At this point, it's easy. Just reverse whatever you did to install it, which is make sure this matches the pattern. And then I'm just going to push it in. Well, let me remove it so we can take a closer look. Okay, so match the pattern. Just flip it over. You can, let me start with the bottom in this case, the wider. Okay. So you have 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, a little wider. Hook these onto the wider ones up top. And then just push down. It's gonna make some unnerving noises, I know. Ooh, but it's in there. Nice and secure. Okay, so one done. Don't be like me. Be gentle on your way out. I guess I somehow threw the plug back in there. And I also need to make sure that the gasket does not disappear. The gasket goes over the outside of this, and I suppose I'd left it on there without knowing. There you go. You want to prevent water from going in. You see all that happening? Sun's kind of in my face now. But basically the installation is a reverse of removal. Make sure it clicks. Okay, so this gasket is the one I was talking about over here. And now it's not even moving. It's attached to the housing, which is cool. Okay, install this, make sure it clicks. And reinstall it where it came from. And now, since I have already replaced the bulbs, let's check it out at night. Nice. Well, let's look at it first before turning on the lights. This is what it looks like. Let's get in here. Nice and clean. It definitely does not stand out as brightly or does not pop out like the new age LED lighting systems that are becoming pretty popular, but LEDs usually hurt my eyes, and I'm all for simplicity. So the bulbs, and I don't like dead bulbs at all in any of my cars, so bulbs have been replaced. It might not make it any safer. It does look a little better, honestly, having some kind of light, and I think this light actually just illuminates way better than super bright LEDs. So probably not safer, but maybe makes it a little easier for cops to scan your license plates, or maybe for someone else to collect your information if you try to flee from a scene of an accident. But it is pretty good, and it does feed my impulsion for all my bulbs and lights functioning in my cars. So that's it. We are done. Let's put it away.